And in this video, we're going to be talking about the times. And I don't want to, I want to put a blank in front of times, but I don't want to say the word because I don't want this video to get, any kind of extra. Anyway, any kind of extra. So we're just going to talk about the times now. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. And we are a channel of like-minded people who really believe that we should be prepared to get out the cities, prepared to have your own food stores, have your own water stores, prepared to make sure that if anything happens, you are ready to be able to sustain yourself and your family. Don't forget about your family. So welcome to all you guys. I know I haven't done a live in a very, very, very long time. I want to thank you guys for constantly and continuously supporting the channel and us as a family. If you have not been keeping up, we have gone from homeless to buying our first house to now buying our first farm. And honestly, we are looking at doing something different. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we are looking at doing something different. But I want to talk about the times are now. The times are now. Who is that? Good morning. Is that Ashley? Hey, Ashley, how you doing, babe? How are you? How's your trading going? I was thinking about you a couple days ago. I was going to call you just to see how everything was going as far as your trading. I've had a hard time trading here recently because I haven't really been focused on it. My focus and attention is somewhere else. It's elsewhere. Sorry about y'all. Know I got a new carry, and this thing is horrific. So I apologize about that. But when you're live, you do crazy things when you're live. But yeah, my trading has been to the point where I got out of the market, not out of crypto market, but I got completely out of the stock market because I don't like being in a market when we start hitting record highs. I don't like doing that. I'm just gonna wait for a pullback. I'm not even trying to time it to the point where I can time the correction, because everything that goes up must come down. Y'all got to remember that, okay? Everything that goes up must come down. So I'm not even in the market right now. I am in the crypto market, of course, because I am heavily and believe heavily in that. Which brings me to my first topic. Is anyone else getting bit by these yellow flies, that little honeybees / yellow jackets that have myself and Jennifer and all our neighbors and everybody that we talk to in our area wept up with a bunch of bug bites? I feel like I'm on an episode. I told Jennifer this morning, I said, I feel like I'm on an episode of Naked and Afraid. I have so many bug bites that I feel like I'm on an episode of Naked and Afraid. That's how bad it is. Bingo, found the bug. Ooh. I was looking for something. I'm headed to an appointment right now. I got an appointment between 9 and 10. And for the life of me, I couldn't find the item that I need to install, which is literally going to take me like 5 seconds. But I couldn't find the darn item. And it was on back order. It's on special order, back order. So anyway, is anybody else getting bit up by these freaking new bugs that I've never seen before, that just came out of the blue about a week or two ago and have just been biting up everybody and animals? I mean, they're not discriminating. And there's some kind of fly. I thought it was a bumblebee. Matter of fact, I mentioned it on one of my videos recently, and you guys are, no, those are biting flies. Is anybody else? I'm doing okay. How are you? The market has changed. Yes, it has, because it's. Remember, keep on 1-2 lines for me, okay? Some are not trading much right now. Okay, that makes sense. We're in this Wyckoff distribution thingamajiggy that everybody's talking about. I hadn't done any videos about it because my crypto account, I'm probably down 40%, just like everybody else that's holding. But unlike most people, I'm buying every day because guess what? I'm a miner. I love it because every day I'm accumulating more and more and more. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, the end times are here, y'all. I mean, it's like biting flies. We have a frog plague on the farm. We woke up we got ready to go to bed about 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, And it started out real, just one frog. Then it was like two frogs, and it was cute. But when it got to be like 30 frogs all riveting and vibrating or whatever they call it at the same time, it got annoying. And Jennifer and myself went outside. It was rain, it was pouring down. It was pouring down in buckets. We went outside and caught, listen to me, we caught 24 frogs, relocated their happy hips down to the big pond, because they had come up to, we had cleaned out our smaller pond and taken all the fish out. We took all the fish out, walked them down to the big pond, released them. For some reason, the water was so bad that when they were in the little small bucket we had them in, last time they were fine. This time they were gasping for air. That's how bad our water was. So we were in the process of cleaning, and we didn't want the fish to die, so we just took them all down to the big pond, and hey, whomever survives, survives. Survival of the fittest when you do that kind of stuff. I didn't want to, but I had to, and I had two really big, huge koi. One is probably that size, the other one's probably like, that size. Probably one is 8 inches, the other one's like 10, 11 inches. I mean, these fish are huge. And some of them were very beautiful, and I didn't want to put them down there, but I didn't want them to die either. So because the fish weren't there, the frogs came up. I don't know how they found this out. I guess one of them was up there and was like, hey, everybody, it's free up here. Ain't no fish up here to eat us or to mess with us or to eat our tadpoles. And they called all their cousins and all their family, and they had a doggone cookout right in the doggone pond. And I mean, I'm telling you guys, we moved 24 frogs, and we still had frogs out there making noise all night. Drove me up the wall. I'm talking about drove me up the wall, like, and the pond sits right on the exterior of our bedroom wall. It was so annoyingly crazy. I almost lost my mind that night. I wanted to go out and sleep in the, for those of you who have seen the farm, I wanted to go out and sleep in what we call the hatchery or the lion's den. I wanted to go outside and sleep outside. That's how bad it was. Just to get away from these doggone frogs, because they were ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I mean they were awful. So we got biting flies. Y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. So it was awful. So we got biting flies. We got frog plague. This is like something out of the freaking Bible. Seriously, this is, I mean, it was that many frogs. And then the craziest part about it, every time we would make a trip down to take frogs, we would pass 3, 4, 5 frogs that we could see. Now remember, this is nighttime. We'll pass 3, 4, 5 frogs that we could see that were coming up that way. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Y'all hit the like button for me. So we got these biting flies, which I'm confused, because don't frogs eat flies? We all eat frogs, but I guess the flies are beating up the frogs now. And so I got an idea from one of our friends, and she's like, yeah, get one of these. And it was like one of them bug zappers, but it was like, it's supposed to cover like a half an acre. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go today when I'm at Lowe's, I'm gonna buy like 2 or 3 more bug zappers, just so it can, kind of control the population out here. And then I thought about, I was like, dang, with bug zappers, that's free doggone protein that I can get to feed my chickens, because as the bug zaps them, because we buy these mealworms now that are dried up, dehydrated. I'm like, well, shoot, we could have been zapping these bugs this whole time and just put them out there for the chickens. How freaking neat. Everything is all the circle of life, especially on a farm. So yesterday we rehomed the turkeys. So for those that have been following the channel, y'all know we had a white broad-breasted female, and we had a heritage broad-breasted, kind of like those turkeys you see in the wild. So we rehomed them. Yes, they found them a really good home. I could not sell them. Nobody wanted to come buy them. So I rehomed them out. I don't want to give them any free publicity, but we found a nice farm to take them to. If you're just not coming in, please hit the like button for me. So we found a really nice farm for them to go to. So that's what we did. It took us a few hours. Surprisingly, Jennifer didn't have any tears. And I was very shocked that she didn't have any tears. I think because, it was time. The turkeys will start to become a burden. And if you've never had turkeys or been around them, they're not the cleanest creature. All right. Now chickens are okay. You know, they're gonna get out there, they're gonna scratch around the dirt when it gets muddy, their feet get muddy. But hey, you know what? I can deal with the chickens. But the turkeys, I've never seen anything that would poop where it eats. TLC, keep your weird bugs to yourself, man. I get that. They're everywhere, Tosh. They're everywhere, babe. And you're gonna have to rush into the house because they're all over the place. They're in the front, they're in the back, and they're really close to the house. That's what's killing me, because I'm like, any structure, that's where they're close to. So yeah, there's some weird bugs. Let me see what. Okay, so we rehomed the turkeys. What else did we do? I think that's about it as far as farm life is concerned. I'm watching this money go by. I look at trucks that have trees on them a lot differently now than I did before. And some of you guys will understand a little bit later. I will share with you what Jennifer and I did this past Sunday. Just not right now. It's not the right time. A couple more things got to line up. Then we'll open up that can of worms and let it out, or open that cat out the bag. Let the cat out the bag. Family, you know, close family. We're telling you guys. So Tasha, when we talk to you guys, we're gonna tell y'all what's going on. But right now, if you love us and you like us, right now just send positive vibrations. If you pray for supernatural blessing. If you just believe in the power of positive thinking in the universe, send out that, because we need this blessing to come through in a major way. And it's not only going to change our lives, but it's going to change the history of the entire family. My family, Jennifer's family, everybody's family. It's going to change everything. So y'all just send the positivity this way, and it's going to work out. We are so excited about what we're working on. So excited. Oh my gosh. So let's see here. Let's get on topic. So you guys know that everything has gone up in price, and if you're just now joining us, please hit that like button. Everybody knows that everything has gone up in price. Lumber right now is $3 almost. Food right now is at least times 2. You know, when we used to go to the grocery store and buy like $20, $25 worth of items, now it's like 60 and 80. And I guess that's times 3, times 4. Food is on the rise. Everything is going up. Everything is going up. While people's pay and their unemployment is starting to run out, or going to run out. So what I want to share with you guys and reiterate again, we talked about this, you know, several years ago, how, hey, make sure you got preps. So we're going to get back to the basics over the next few videos, and we're going to talk about how you need, it's not even a one anymore, you need to make sure that you are stocking up on food. And I know food is expensive right now, but those on your year and two years ago, y'all are excited food stores and food preps already. So when you go to the store to go make your groceries, which I never understood that phrase, but going to make groceries. But when you go shopping for your groceries, get you some extra items while you're there. Get you some more rice, get you some more beans, get you some more canned goods, get you some more non-perishables. That way you have some more when/if things happen and they start going awry. And you know, had a good talk with Queenie yesterday, and she's like, you need to start putting out to the people that, you know, to start prepping again. I was like, you know, and I kind of almost get tired of saying the same thing over and over again, but I know the average person has to hear it at least 7 times before it registers. We're in hard times right now, y'all, whether you know it or not. The price of food by itself is ridiculous. The price of everything else is crazy. Jennifer and I have been, we've been looking at vehicles because we're, within the next year or two, we're going to have to buy a new vehicle. And it's like ridiculous how of the prices of not only vehicles, but everything. Even gas is going up. The days of what, $2 and $2.25 gas, that's over. I filled up yesterday, day before, and it was like $2.99, which is down from $3 and something. Everything is on the rise. And you had to expect that because they cannot keep printing trees and trees and trees of dollars, giving you stimulus, and you're not paid for it some kind of way. You got to. It's just basic economics, y'all. The more you have of something, the less of the value it is that goes down. It's just supply and demand. So if I am a chicken farmer and I have an overabundance of eggs and I don't have enough people to buy my eggs, then guess what? My cost is going to be here, but I may have to reduce my retail price down to here just so I can get rid of them. That's the same with any and everything. If you have an overabundance of dollars up here and you keep making them out of thin air, out of nothing, then guess what? The value starts to tick down. And you may not see it the first day, you may not see it the first month, you might not even see it the first year, but you're going to see it. Does that make sense? I mean, y'all let me know if that makes sense to anybody. Does that make logical sense? Because y'all know that anything I tell you on this channel is going to be the absolute truth to the way I believe it. This is only my opinion. It's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial planner or a professional investor where I can give you financial advice. I'm just giving you guys good as my granddad used to say, good horse sense, which translates as common sense, which ain't too common. Because a lot of us don't have common sense. Y'all do realize that, right? And you know that just by talking to your friends. You can talk to your friends and be like, something simple, like a checking account. And they be going like on a whole nother level. You're like, oh my God, why did I mention it? Am I the only person that has conversations like that and just wish you didn't even mention things sometimes? Or am I the only one? Does anybody like that, the smartest person in the room? That's why I change rooms so often. If I get in a room and I feel like I am the smartest person in the room, I get out of that room quickly. Or I start to pull back drastically. I got a bunch of guys that that I associate with, and they be on some stuff, and I'm like, God, I just get tired of hearing the same crap. Like if you're not advancing and moving forward, and you're not going the same direction, and I hate to be that way, but if you're not going the same direction I'm going, that means you're pulling against me. Whether you're pulling my time, or you're pulling my talent, or you're pulling something. Delacroix, hey baby. You're correct. Thank you. Yeah, it's great. Delacroix, I was thinking about you this morning, sweetheart. I'm glad to see you on here. So I mean, I got a group of guys that I associate with, and it's always the same old, And I'm the kind of person that I don't feel like I'm moving forward unless I feel like I'm moving forward. And when the moment I start feeling like I'm spinning my wheels, or the moment I feel like I'm starting to regress, I will start to make other decisions, and I'll start to do things differently. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm telling you not to be consistent with what you're doing, because you have to be consistent toward your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. You have to be consistent. However, listen, if you have people around you that are pulling you down, pulling against you, listen, get away from that toxic environment. And I don't care who it is. Mama, daddy, uncle, cousin, best friend, worst enemy, whatever. If it's toxic to you, if you've been doing something 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 years the same way, and you're still in the same situation, Prime example, if you work a job and you've been there longer than 5, 6, 7 years and you've never gotten a raise, you need to be doing something different. Unless, let me put a pin in it. Unless you're able to benefit more than just an income from that job. Now, if it's fulfilling emotionally, spiritually, if you have learned ways or you do things where you can get a side income, second income from that, then by all means stay there. But if you've been working at a company and they don't value you enough to give you more money the longer you've been there, you need to do something else. Period. I mean, it's not even a question about it. If you're working fast food, and this is for me young people, because a lot of us start in fast food. If you're working fast food and 90 days goes by and you don't get a raise, I mean, in fast food, you're going to get like 10 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents, maybe if you're lucky. I heard somebody get a 24, I got a 24-cent raise one time. And I was like, now my mindset now is a lot different, okay? But I was like, you could have kept that. Because even 24 cents times 40, that's like, what, $1 every 4 hours, roughly? So I got a $10 raise every week. Wow, thank you so much. You value me $10 more a week. Wow. But, you know, this is just good, solid advice. Not financial advice, just good, solid advice. Who is that? I can't see who it is. Melanie, hey, Melanie, how are you? Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining in. So, and I'm kind of just rambling this morning because we're talking about, you know, the blank is near. And you can put whatever whatever word in there as far as the blank that you want. I feel like I'm playing the name game. The blank is near. The match game, that's what it's called. The match game, not the name game. The match game. But you know, I see things totally different now. And I'm gonna tell you guys this: if you have not found you a piece of land that you can bug out to, that you can call your own, that you can start setting up. Because I'm gonna walk you guys through this. Got about maybe 10 more minutes on this ride. I want to walk you through a scenario, and then at the end of it, I want you to just imagine if it was real. So let's say one day you wake up and without a warning, the power's out. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're going to flip the switch, power's not on. You check your phone, phone's not working. Now, if you're a prepper, all kind of spidey senses should start tingling. But let's just say that, you know, you're optimist, and you're like, okay, well, the power was just out, my phone went dead because I couldn't charge it, whatever. Because most times your phone's gonna keep a battery charged. But let's say that power's out. Flip the switch by habit, it doesn't come on. You go outside to look and see if the rest of your neighbors' power's out. Your neighbors start coming outside, and none of their phones are working. Glad it came back on. Proverbs 31:1. I read your comment about Jennifer's violin playing also. I did not comment to it because I wanted to talk to you live when you came on with me. But if you still have your instrument, start playing it again. Jennifer's such a totally different person when she plays her instrument. She's such a better person. So play your instrument, okay? If you still have it. Just want to throw that out to you. So power's out. Go outside. None of the neighbors' power is on, and none of their phones are working. So you can't even call the power company to see if the power's working. Now, me, myself, and I, what am I going to do? Roderick is going to go get his bobs, put them in the bathtubs, and going to get 80 gallons of water real quick. Then Roger's going to fill up every pot, pan, cup in the house with water, with fresh water. Then Roger's going to go outside, and Roger's going to fill up every tub, every bucket, every apparatus he can find with water. Why? Because I know that that's the next thing to go. Once I get my water straight, I'm going to go inside the house and I'm going to pull the toilets. Once I pull the toilets, I'm going to pack the toilets with sheets, towels, clothes, whatever I can find. Trash bags. Trash bags is going to be a precious commodity. I would not use trash bags. No. Clothes with old rags that I got, whatever. Do that because if the water goes out, which eventually, then that means the sewage. Well, you know what? We on septic now, so we don't have to worry about that. Bing. So no, I don't have to do that because I'm on septic now, so I don't have to do that. We're still gonna have plumbing. Thank God. That's another advantage of living in the country. You have septic service, which means you clean your own waste. So you're good. I'm good. I won't do that. If I was in the city, that's what I would have done. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of those buckets that I got water in. I'm going to put water in my pond, and then I'm going to make sure I start creating myself a water purification system. Now, we have the Berkey, so that's going to be great. I got some replacement filters. That's going to be awesome. So as long as we have water, we can kind of filter it. But moving forward, because I know water is going to be the most important aspect of this scenario, because we're not bugging out anywhere. We're bugging in. We live in the country now, so we can bug in. So I'm going to start building that. And then after I do that, I'm going to start securing my perimeter. Now, we have a pretty good perimeter already. Our whole entire property is fenced in, but I'm going to start making that thing more hardy. I'm going to start setting up some, I hate to say booby traps, but I'm going to start setting some things up that if you cross those lines, you're going to be in trouble. And the good thing about what we have perimeter fencing, then we have internal fencing as well. So even if you get past the perimeter line, you got to come through some more fencing, which is even better. And probably by then it's gonna be time to go and relax and wash up a little bit. We're not gonna eat, okay? We'll do a bunch of drinking. We'll drink a bunch of water. We're not gonna eat. Probably won't eat for the first 5 to 10, maybe 12 days. And if it is, it's gonna be very, 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 is it sparse or sparse? I've heard people say it. It's gonna be very little. How about that? Very little food is gonna be consumed. Why? Because we got to conserve. Everything has to be conserved. Everybody needs at least one gallon of water per day. That's just a normal. You got to have that. 1 gallon per person and pets. And we got a bunch of doggone animals. Thank God we have the pond. So every day I can go down and get some water. The chickens, the goat, the cats. I don't know about the cats. Chickens will be able to drink that water. The goat, I'm not so sure. We'll probably have to purify his water. And think about all the things we got to barter and trade now. We're producing almost a dozen of eggs every day. That's protein. Those are things we can eat. Perishables? Oh, definitely. We're going to eat perishables. Definitely going to eat perishables. But if you got freezer, hey, that stuff will stay frozen for a very long time. 3-4 days if you don't open up that freezer. Your stuff should last. Eat up everything in your refrigerator first. Everything. Even things you don't like. Eat it up. Go ahead and eat it up. You got cakes and cookies and stuff, I want to eat them up. Okay? But once you get past that stuff, when you get to your stores, you need to start really, 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 really being careful. Limited supplies. How about that? But you really need to start thinking about water now, because water is going to kill more people. I tell you this all the time. I tell you guys this all the time. Water. Water is going to kill more people when something happens than anything else. Water, the lack of water. Because see, most people depend on the tap. We depend on the tap now. If the tap goes out, it's gonna make things a little more difficult for us. We'll have to go and get buckets of water. But hey, we got a pond, and hopefully we'll get a bunch of rain. So anyway, I'm at my location, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully I said something that caused you to think. Hopefully I said something that will cause you to think about where you are right now as far as your preps are concerned and what you're going to do in the future. Because it's crazy, y'all. So thank you for being here. I love you. And as always, I'm going to send y'all some love. I love y'all. And I will see y'all next time, okay? Y'all be blessed.